Hello, and welcome back to the Olive Oil Critic. I'm so glad you're here with me today to learn a little bit more about extra virgin olive oil. Today we have one of my favorite cultivars, even though I don't like to have favorites, I do, and I love Hojiblanca. Hojiblanca is one of those cultivars that has some beautiful versatility, and it just seems to have a really wide range of what the tasting notes can appear as. It's one of those where it's very, very hard to identify the cultivar because it can be everything from really, really fruity, like a fruit smoothie with notes of strawberry and kiwi and guava and very tropical notes, all the way to something that is incredibly green and grassy and very, very bright, vibrant and intense with notes of like kale and mustard greens and collards and like spicy chili peppers. It really has this wide range, and I just love that about it because you really never know what you're going to get. Oro Bailen is a beautiful producer in Jaén, Spain, and this is their Hojiblanca. So we're gonna try it today and see what we get. But like I said, it's always a bit of a mystery with this olive oil. They also produce a beautiful picual and arbequina. And typically, Hojiblanca is from further south in Spain, but they have trees planted. And of course, Hojiblanca, it means white leaf. And the trees definitely have a very vibrantly white leaf. It looks almost powdery silver compared to a lot of other more green olive leaves, which is where it gets its name from. But like I said, it's typically grown further south in Spain. But this one is in Jaén and Andalusia. All right, let's give this one a sniff. See what's inside. Oh, it smells like peaches and plums with like hints of lettuce and a little bit of artichoke. There's also a beautiful nuttiness inside. This smells like about a medium intensity oil. It's not super overwhelming, but it's not incredibly delicate either, but it's so complex. That's so interesting. A lot of those stone fruit notes really translate to the palate, but there's also lots of arugula, radicchio, some endive in there. It's quite buttery and creamy. And then the peppery finish just starting to come on the back of my palate there. And it's warming. It's like baking spices with cinnamon and nutmeg and allspice. And again, like the bitterness is kind of coming back to my cheeks and finding notes of thyme and fennel. Um, what else is in there? It's very herbaceous. And again, lots of butter lettuce. It's very, very creamy. And that radicchio is present. It's quite bitter, but it's not overwhelming. It's incredibly well balanced, especially between that kind of unripe, chalky peach and stone fruit plum. Then again, kind of those round herbaceous notes in the center of the palate for the fruitiness, and then that warming baking spice finish on the back of the palate. This would be amazing on ice cream. I would just drizzle it on ice cream with a little bit of sea salt on top. That would be so delicious. I'd whisk this into frostings, buttercream even to add some depth of flavor. It would be wonderful in baking. Olive oil cakes with this would be outstanding. But you could also use it for savory uses as well. This would be really good with pesto. It could also be really lovely with creamy sauces like an Alfredo. Again, something with more herbs and less garlic, but still in that creamy base. You could even play with carbonara with this oil. Whisk that into the eggs. The saltiness of the pancetta would really kind of permeate through, and I think that that would really enhance those fruity flavors because salt can mute acidity and really enhance fruitiness, just like acid does in some ways. It also can enhance spiciness, but it does temper bitterness on the palate as well. So this oil would be really fun to play with in the kitchen. I'm also thinking you could roast some stone fruit with this, or even some roasted pineapple, and put that on top of like labneh or yogurt, and serve that as an appetizer with an extra drizzle of oil on top. Could be really fun for summer. Oh, this would be amazing in ceviche. It would be so good with like the sweeter notes of shrimp and scallops, alongside some avocado, some bright citrus, limes, lemons, grapefruits, all of that together. Add in some mango to kind of enhance that fruitiness with this oil would be incredible. Oh, it would be so good. Now we want to eat some. Well, thank you so much for learning a little bit more about this beautiful Hojiblanca from Oro Bailén, and I hope you enjoy it. Thanks so much, and I hope to see you soon.